Howdy, y'all. This is Paul, the Redneck Thinker. What we have here is a channel to communicate. I want you folks to be thinking by the time you leave my videos. Why? Because I'm tired of people talking via what other people tell them to think. So, watch my video and enjoy the chance to think for yourself. Oh, and if you don't mind, like, subscribe, comment. And I've got a link tree down below that's got my social media. And it has my Patreon if you want to help out. Thank y'all. I will admit it. I thought Los Angeles was already a sanctuary city, though the feds have been removing exceedingly violent criminals all the time. It could be that it is more important to follow a failing political thought process than following the law or be concerned with the safety of their residents. With the amount of crime committed by those in this country illegally, including being a criminal by crossing the border, it would seem that safety is no elected person's concern in LA. ICE has been actively trying to remove murderers, human traffickers, rapists, and other violent people in this nation illegally. There are many that have been rounded up this year, but these are the sort of people that elected officials in LA want there. Could it be they want people assaulted in every manner imaginable? As America showed, including many Hispanic ones, they want this country cleaned up. It makes one wonder how murderers and human traffickers help the city. Because it certainly isn't by taxes. Okay, all this is going to be in my Substack. So, here is what the LA City page, according to what they've done when it comes via their city council. Today, Los Angeles City Council unanimously voted to establish the City of Los Angeles as a sanctuary city and prohibit any city resources, including property or personnel, from being utilized for any immigration enforcement. The approved ordinance, born from a motion introduced by Councilmember Nathaya Rahman, Eunice Hernandez, and Hugo Soto Martinez, and adopted unanimously in 2023, comes on the heels of the election of Donald J. Trump, who has expressed broad support of mass deportation across the country. The city of Los Angeles has more than 1.35 immigrants, comprising over 34% of the city's population. In fact, the majority of school children in the Los Angeles metro area, including both U.S. citizens and non-citizens, have at least one immigrant parent. While the city council has previously passed a resolution declaring Los Angeles a city of sanctuary in 2017, no sanctuary policies were codified into municipal law. The city's current relationship with federal immigration agencies is shaped by executive director issued by Mayor Eric Garcetti and internal LAPD policies. These policies are subject to change under future administrations and have yet to be enshrined as permanent protections for Los Angeles immigrants. The newly adopted ordinance permanently enshrines sanctuary policies into municipal law and prohibits the use of city resources, including property and personnel, from being utilized for immigration enforcement or to cooperate with federal immigration agents and engaged in immigration enforcement. Critically, the ordinance also prohibits the direct and indirect sharing of data with federal immigration authorities, an important gap to close in our city's protection for immigrants. Here's from Councilmember Rahman. I came to this city with my mother as an immigrant when I was 6 years old, arriving in the United States because we sought a better life, and I am grateful for the opportunities this country has given me and my family. Immigrants make up the fabric of Los Angeles, and they deserve to feel safe and protected in a city to call home, no matter who is in power. Prohibiting the use of city resources for federal immigration enforcement shouldn't depend only on executive action that can be overturned by a future mayor or police chief. This is common sense policy for LA. From Councilmember Hernandez, I am who I am today because of immigrants. People like my parents, extended family, and the community who raised me. The same is true for Los Angeles, a city built on the dreams and labor of generations of immigrants who will not allow hateful rhetoric or destructive policies to tear families apart or dim the light of their contributions. Today we declare to the nation of Los Angeles, the nation that Los Angeles thrives because of immigrants, and we are better because of their work and contributions. By the way, you're about to hear what some of their contributions are. From Council Member Hugo Soto Martinez. More than 1 out of 3 people who live in Los Angeles, including my own parents, are immigrants. 1 in 10 are undocumented. We refuse to stand by and let Donald Trump deport our neighbors, family, friends, and coworkers. So let's get into their family and friends. So all these so-called immigrants that these city council members want to protect should be discussed. Here, ICE press release is who they have been removing. A 47-year-old citizen of Mexico in Los Angeles who is wanted in Mexico for human trafficking in the category of recruitment for the purpose of sexual exploitation. A 36-year-old citizen of Mexico in Harbor City who is wanted in Mexico for homicide with the aggravating factor of having been committed with the intentional manner in relation to a robbery of the victim by the perpetrator. A 39-year-old citizen of El Salvador in Compton who is convicted of forcible oral, we're not going to go into all that, victim under 14 years old. These are the people that LA City Council is protecting. Oh, and here via a Department of Justice press release is more of these innocent immigrants. Now, the only one that actually lived in LA, but this was done in LA, Omar Avila Salmaran, aka Simon Hernandez Andre, and El Palatero, 41, of South Los Angeles, is one of 5 men arrested this year. And there were 4 others, but they weren't from LA. The indictment, returning July 30th, charged the following 5 defendants with 2 counts of conspiracy to commit hostage-taking and hostage-taking, 2 counts of conspiracy to commit kidnapping and kidnapping. Really? 1 count of conspiracy to transport illegal aliens and 2 counts of transporting illegal aliens for private financial gain. Albella, Salmaran, Garcia, and Becerra are charged with 2 counts of conspiracy to interfere with commerce by extortion and attempted interference with commerce by extortion, this Hobbs Act. 4 defendants have been arraigned and have pleaded not guilty to charges against them. Salmaran, Garcia, and Marino are scheduled to go on trial October 1st, and Albella October 29th. Okay. One of them's currently a fugitive, and I bet he's in LA. These defendants allegedly preyed upon victims who sought to immigrate to our country by demanding ransom from the victims' families in exchange for their release, said United States Attorney Martin Estrada of the Central District of California. Our office is committed to ensuring that those who use violence terrorize others. Okay, whatever. According to the indictment, on March 21st, Avila instructed Marino to drive to a Chevron gas station in Chandler, Arizona. Upon arrival, Marino reportedly kidnapped 4 migrants and transported them to a restaurant in Burbank. Avila, along with Garcia and Becerra, then held the hostages in a house. Using a victim's cell phone, Avila demanded ransom money from the victim's family member in exchange for their release. Avila then allegedly used another victim's cell phone to demand ransom payments, partially to an account in Mexico, partially to an account in the United States, from the victim's family member in exchange for a victim's release. On March 22nd, 2023, Avila Salmaran demanded ransom from another hostage's family for their release. Avila, Garcia, Becerra allegedly moved the 3 of the hostages to a motel room where one victim managed to escape through a second-story bathroom window. Avila and a co-conspirator chased the victim to a nearby store in Koreatown. Inside the store, Avila body slammed the victim, placed him in a chokehold, and punched him repeatedly in the face in an attempt to re-kidnap him. Avila, Garcia, Becerra then allegedly restrained one victim and another hostage by tying their hands, transported them to another house, and held them in a room, threatening them with violence if they attempted to escape. On March 23, 2023, Avila, Garcia, and Becerra reportedly drove a victim to a gas station where they took $11,000 in cash from the victim's brother in exchange for the victim's release. So, United States Attorney Tara McGrath said human smuggling is a dangerous crime. These defendants will face justice for abusing vulnerable migrants for profit. These are the people that LA is wanting to keep in their city. It would seem that the elected officials of Los Angeles would prefer to keep people that do things to innocent children and other innocent people instead of actually protecting the citizens of their city. They continuously go on, oh, immigrants! They're not immigrants. They're criminals. Once they cross the border in a way that is not within legal authority, then guess what? They're criminals. So, these criminals transport drugs, transport other humans, and commit so many other crimes, including murder, including what I just described there, including what they do to young children. So, it makes me wonder why that these elected officials are allowed to protect criminals. Because from the moment they cross the border, they're criminals. End of story. You don't take that away because they are criminals. So if you love these criminals so much, maybe you need to be investigated to see what kind of crimes you've committed in your life, because it sounds like you're just as much of a criminal as they are. Because we have laws for people who protect criminals. Maybe it's time for Congress to pass a law that says that if a city doesn't give up their law enforcement records on these people, then the people who passed the law need to go to jail. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening. I want to thank you for taking your time. I want to hear what your comments are about what you think on this topic, because your comments are what's important, not necessarily mine. I don't care if you're Republican, I don't care if you're conservative, I don't care if you're liberal, I don't care if you're Democrat. I want to hear your opinion on these topics. I want to thank you yet again for listening to my video. Like, subscribe, and all that other hoopla. This has been Paul, the Redneck Thinker. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.